request to address this issue, maternal mental health. I have also discussed or spoke about this in the previous sessions, maybe last year. So if you want those videos, there are videos available. But today, I just want to talk more about it. So what is maternal mental health, and what is postpartum depression? The irony is many women do not even know, there's something called postpartum depression, and there is and after, pre and postnatal, mothers could experience, pregnant women and mothers could experience issues with, mental health. They don't even know. So when we talk about maternal mental health, what we are talking is we are addressing a pregnant and postpartum mother's overall, that is, emotional, social, and mental well-being. So this is a critical aspect of overall health that significantly impacts both the mother and the developing child. So here, it is everything around perinatal. Peri means around, and natal means birth. So everything around birth. So then the maternal mental health, refers to a pregnant or postpartum mothers, as I said, overall emotional, social, and mental well-being. So it includes a wide range of mental health condition. So it starts from baby blues to more serious illnesses like postpartum depression or postpartum psychosis. Rarely postpartum psychosis. So essentially, it's about how a woman is coping emotionally and mentally during and after pregnancy. So this includes her mood, her ability to handle stress, her relationships, and her overall sense of well being. See, why is it important? See, maternal mental health is crucial because it affects not only the mother's health but also the baby's development and the entire family dynamic. So, when a mother is struggling with her mental health, it can impact her ability to take care for herself and her baby. So it can also affect the baby's emotional and cognitive development. So, and see, maternal mental health is just as important as physical health of a mother or of a pregnant woman. And it is pretty much okay to seek help if you're struggling. So, what are the factors affecting maternal mental health? See, the causes of mental health disorders in perinatal and, postpartum women are complex. So they are multifaceted. So which may involve a combination of, biological, psychological, and social factors. So what could be the biological factors? It could be hormonal fluctuations. So the dramatic shifts in hormone levels during and after pregnancy can significantly impact brain chemistry and mood regulation. So the next is genetic predisposition. That means women with a family history of mental health disorders may be more vulnerable to developing perinatal or postpartum mental health challenges. Next is the physiological changes, that is, the physical demands of pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum recovery that can contribute to stress and fatigue. So, affecting mental well being. Next, after this, is psychological factors. So the psychological factors include history of mental health conditions. So women with a personal history of depression, anxiety, or other mental health disorders are at increased risk. Next is emotional challenges, the emotional roller coaster of pregnancy and a new parenthood. So, including anxieties about the baby's health, baby's sleep, baby's food, changes in the identity, relationship adjustments. So, all these can be very much overwhelming for a woman. Next is traumatic experiences. That means any past trauma, including childhood abuse or previous difficult births. So these also increase vulnerability. Next are the social factors. So lack of support. So insufficient social support from the family, friends, partners, in-laws. So all that, parents can lead to feelings of isolation, and sometimes it is overwhelming. Next is stressful life events. So experiencing stressful life events like job, loss of job, financial difficulties, relationship problems. It could be couple problems or problems from the in-laws, or it could be during the perinatal period, which can further strain, mental well-being. Next is cultural and societal pressures. Most of the times what happens is societal expectations and pressures surrounding motherhood can contribute to feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. There are so many self-proclaimed, unsolicited advisors who always keep lecturing, advising the new mother. So that also takes toll on her health. So, what are the common mental health disorders in new mothers? So, first and the main thing we see is postpartum depression, PPD. So, this mood disorder, this is a mood disorder. So, this in this we have women has persistent sadness, loss of activities, loss of interest in activities, sometimes feelings of hopelessness, and very much they feel they cannot bond with the baby, difficulty bonding with the baby. Next is we will discuss postpartum depression in detail after we discuss all the mental health disorders in new mothers. So the next thing is postpartum anxiety. So this is anxiety disorder, like generalized anxiety, but here there is excessive worry, fear. They can have panic attacks, and often those all these panic attacks are focused on baby's health, baby's sleep, baby's safety. Uh, and next is a severe disorder called postpartum psychosis. So this is rare but severe condition, so which involves a break from reality, with symptoms such as hallucinations, delusions, and confusion. So they see, hear, all which are not present. um, Next is this postpartum psychosis requires immediate medical attention. Next could be obsessive compulsive disorder. So new mothers may experience intrusive and unwanted thoughts or images related to their baby. So leading to compulsive behaviors like excessive cleaning, excessive washing, excessive checking. So all these things. Next disorder, it could be there could be post traumatic stress disorder, which we call as PTSD. So when there is a traumatic childbirth, when a mother experiences a traumatic childbirth, so this can lead to post traumatic stress disorder. So these in this females may have flashbacks, nightmares, and avoidance of reminders of the event. So these are all some of the common mental health disorders, that women experience in their perinatal and postpartum period. So, as we all know, see, having a child, a baby, is a life changing experience. So, being a parent is exciting but can also be tiring and overwhelming. So, it is normal to have feelings of worry or doubt initially, especially if you are a first time parent. So, some new moms experience a more severe and long lasting form of depression that is called postpartum depression. So, and sometimes it is called peripartum depression because it can start during pregnancy and continue after childbirth. So, postpartum depression, which is a type of depression that occurs after childbirth, that's why it is called postpartum depression. So, what happens here is, as I said, feelings of sadness, hopelessness, worthlessness. So, which can significantly, oh, I'm not a good mother, I'm not taking enough care of my child is not happy with me, all these kind of extreme feelings, so which can significantly affect a new mother's ability to take care of herself and her baby. See, postpartum depression is a complex mix of physical, emotional, and behavioral changes, so that happen in some women after giving birth. So, postpartum depression, it begins within 4 weeks after delivery. So, it begins within the period of 4 weeks after delivery. So, the diagnosis of the postpartum depression is based not only on the length of the time between delivery and onset, but the diagnosis mainly is based on the severity of depression or the symptoms of suppression, severity of depression. So, before talking about PPD, we have to address baby blues. So, what are baby blues? So, it is common for women to experience the baby blues. So, feeling stressed, feeling sad, feeling anxious, feeling lonely, feeling tired, or sometimes feeling weakly. So, following their baby's birth, but these are some milder symptoms. So but some women, up to 1 in 7 women, experience a more serious mood disorder, that I said, what we call postpartum depression. So, what we'll do is we will discuss what are the symptoms of postpartum depression and what factors can cause postpartum depression, and how to manage postpartum depression. All these we will discuss in the coming session. So, for now, you have what is the difference between a baby blue and a PPD. So, thank you for watching, and namaste.